Happy Monday, everyone! It is time for my next weight loss update. So, I have not been super excited about this week's video. I guess the whole point of me doing this for the whole world to see is so that I am held accountable for all my choices and actions in this weight loss journey. So, let's talk about this week. Monday, we were off to a wonderful, great start. I was super excited about the 2 pounds I lost the following week, and so I was gung-ho about continuing to slowly shed those pounds. And so Monday, we were off to a great start. Tuesday, I ended up having to rush my husband to the ER because the whole side of his right face went limp. And so his smile was crooked. He couldn't even lift the side of his face. Really scared me. For those of you that don't know, he's been really, really sick these last almost 6 weeks now. It's been that long, ever since I started this. Well, more like 5 weeks. It's been super crazy. The doctor thought he had West Nile. She still thinks that might be the case, or maybe even a different mosquito virus like dengue or some weird names that I can't pronounce. But he's been having some really scary psychological symptoms. So we rushed him to the ER on Tuesday. We were there for 4 hours with them running tests. They couldn't find anything. And then besides the fact that his lymph nodes were extremely swollen again, and that he was experiencing encephalitis symptoms, like the swelling of the brain, which is scary. They sent us home and told us, you need to follow up with your primary doctor and get more tests ran, so to make sure that you're safe and that we can figure out what's going on. So Wednesday, he went back in, and they took another 12 vials of blood. So that's 18 vials of blood so far that they've taken from him, trying to get to the bottom of it. I mean, and they're testing for like everything, like cancer and AIDS and hepatitis sicknesses and cat viruses, like all sorts of stuff, because they want to make sure that they're not missing anything. And then he also has an MRI scheduled for tomorrow to figure out what's going on with his brain. So then Thursday, he went back to work. And then Friday, and he was miserable all day on Thursday. And then Friday, I ended up going to pick him up on Friday because he started like visually hallucinating, like squiggles and dark spots in his right eye. And then he got really dizzy and really weak, and his speech started being slurred, and he was having a hard time formulating words again. So, again, scared to death, I drove. He's about an hour commute. So I drove an hour. I threw the kids in the car. I drove an hour to pick him up. We left his car at work. And I brought him home on Friday, and then we've just been taking it easy all weekend, trying to get him to heal. And the doctor did prescribe him, I forget what it's called. It starts with a P, but it's a steroid that helps with like anti-inflammatory for his brain, to like try to help it not swell even more than it has been. And he seems to be okay when he's on that steroid. So I don't know, maybe we'll get more answers tomorrow with the MRI. But with that being said, oh, and on top of that, my mono came back. So it's been an interesting week. With that being said, I'm going to be 100% honest, because honesty is the best policy, and that's the only way that this is going to work, is if I'm honest with you guys and I'm not like portraying anything other than what is, right? And so those 3 rules that I set for myself, control better portions and lower carbs, went out the door. All of three of my rules went out the door. I was so stressed and so scared and so worried about my husband that they just went out the door. And, okay, go. I'm videoing, remember? No talking to me while I'm videoing. For those of you that heard what he said, I hope it gave you a little bit of a laugh. That was Harrison. Anyway, yeah, they went out the door. I'm just going to be honest with you. I was so stressed and overwhelmed. I couldn't handle anything on top of what was going on with our family. And it was really hard to see that in a moment of crisis, I reverted back to my old habits. And it was really sad. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've been really hard on myself because of it. And I am trying so hard not to be. But when I've come so far in the control and having better portions and everything like that, I've come so far that when I did partake in all those sugary treats and everything, like it just kind of put me back at, not quite at square one, but it did kind of regress me quite a bit. So I wouldn't say it was as bad as before I started this journey, but it did put me in a state of regression. And so I have been battling that back, the control back. So to kind of give you an idea, I ate all simple, not complex, simple carbs, sugars, whatever I could get. I didn't cook one meal this week, not one. So I didn't, when I cook, that's usually when I get my healthy meals, right? Because I try to cook like non-carb, really healthy, paleo type meals. I'm not doing paleo by any means, but I have enjoyed a lot of their, hey Tucker, he says hello. I've enjoyed a lot of the recipes that when I did try out paleo, so I kind of incorporate those recipes into our daily lives. Anyway, I have not cooked at all, nothing. So it's all been takeout or just really quick foods that we just grab on the run because of the doctor's appointments and then battling the mono. I just haven't. Yep. So there it is. I've laid it all out. So Saturday morning, I weighed myself. So last Monday, I weighed 302.2, right? I weighed myself Saturday morning, and I weighed 303.8. So I had gained 1.8 pounds after eating like pretty much takeout, junk food, you know, all that jazz. So, I mean, it's not super terrible of how much weight I gained, but it was disturbing, I guess, in my psyche. Like I was really disappointed in myself, which I shouldn't be. I know, I can hear ya, I hear ya. I know I shouldn't be so hard on myself. But I was doing so well. But you know, it's just a small setback. And this is about the point in all my other diets that I give up. And I'm not going to do that this time. I am not giving up because I'm finding the respect for myself to keep going. Where before, to be honest, I didn't really have the respect for myself, which goes a lot with like the depression and whatnot, kind of go hand in hand. So this is the point where I just have given up on my other diets. But like I have told you before, this is not a diet. This is a life change, right? So in life, we are on a roller coaster ride and we have our ups and we have our downs. This week was definitely a down for me, and I'm not going to let it keep me down. So I'm just going to keep trugging until I get another up and bring back that control. So knowing I had gained almost 2 pounds back, Saturday and Sunday, I did really good with my eating, trying to fight that control. And this is where I'm telling you that I realized I really regressed, because in those 2 days, it was just as hard to say no to sugary treats or extra snacking as it was the first 2 weeks I started this journey and YouTubing it. And so it was really hard again. I'm just battling and battling and battling and battling. And gosh darn it, I am tired of the battle. But you know, each battle fought is another battle won, right? So I'm going to keep fighting. So with that being said, I really don't think I lost any weight this past week. That's okay. I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm just going to pick right back up. With your help, right? With your help. I need help. Help me. Okay. So I think I said everything I needed to say, and I'm going to stand on the scale and see what it says. So here we go. I'm going to stand on it before I flip you around because I seem to like fall off the scale when I do that. Okay, I'm flipping it. Alright, so there it is. 302.6. Last week was 302.2. So that's 4.4 pounds, almost a half of a pound back. That's okay. That's nothing, right? It's okay. I'm glad I lost a pound in those 2 days. Hey, that's pretty good. A pound in 2 days. That's pretty good. Yeah. I actually exercised those 2 days to get more cardio and burn more calories because I was like, crap, I have a weigh-in in 2 days and I'm up. So regardless, you guys are still helping me out. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So here goes for this next week. Please help me. Words of encouragement. This last week was really, really challenging for me. Let's just be real. I will keep you updated on my husband. Prayers would be welcomed to help him heal from whatever it is he is battling. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, oh, one more thing I wanted to say. On Saturday, I started a kind of like a cleanse drink. It is an apple cider vinegar drink, but I am not a vinegar fan. I actually loathe the taste of vinegar. I do not like it. And so just to do like a shot glass of vinegar like my husband does, I can't do it. Like my throat closes up and I can't do it. So I tested out a few ways of making like a fruity vinegar drink, and I finally came up with a solution. I actually kind of sort of did it off and on this whole week, but Saturday I feel like I finally got it to the point where it's doable for me. So I think I will do a video for you guys so I can show you what I do, and hopefully it can help those of you out there that don't like vinegar either. So I will try to put up that video sometime this week as well. So look for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.